If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
That'd be Donald Trump.
Okay, why so?
Abortion.
And what about abortion?
Okay, so y'all bring up these hypotheticals, right? About like if your loved one was brain dead, and if you had to pull the plug, right?
Okay.
If your loved one's brain dead, they've already passed away.
Okay.
Right?
So you're kind of proving my point that you don't value cellular life, that you value sentient life, and by you identifying that they quote unquote passed away, you are not granting that you are specifically looking at their cellular life. You're looking at what is designated as medical life or sentient life.
No, because I believe in that if a woman is pregnant and I mean she has a breathing, living thing or human inside of her, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
It's not breathing, no.
Well, okay, but it's a living thing. It's a living human being.
It's living at the point of conception, but I don't consider cellular life to be what grants value. And based upon you saying that someone passed away when they were brain dead, that they would not be alive based upon that usage of life.
I mean, I don't agree with that at all.
What do you not agree with?
Like what you just said. So, with conception and all that, I do believe that God gave you two choices, right? He did. He gave you the good and the bad. And now, but now we're sitting here thinking, abortion is supposed to be good. No, I mean, okay, so if a woman got raped, yeah, send the to prison, put them on death row, and get rid of them. Absolutely. But the baby has nothing to do with it.
Okay. So
why
I'm
are we
confused.
aborting the
What was
baby?
my question?
Do what?
What was my question?
So we know the good from the bad, right?
What was my question?
Do you know good from bad?
Yeah, man.
No, I'd really like to know your point of view on this. Do you know good from the bad?
Yeah.
Do you know right from wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think is right? Aborting the baby.
I think that's right to do. I think there's nothing wrong with that. If it's not a baby.
It is a baby.
Nope. What was my original question, man?
No, I really. So I have points on. Let me reword this. Hold on. Okay, so your question, yeah, that's right. So you know right from wrong, and you think it's right to abort the baby. But why do you think it's right to abort the baby? Yeah, that's what I was going to jump into. Why do you think it's right?
Because I believe in bodily autonomy, right? I believe that a woman specifically has bodily autonomy over her body, right? In deciding whether or not she wants to stay pregnant, especially given the fact that it's literally not sentient.
I mean, we can disagree all night long. It really doesn't matter. But I think, like your other guest said, if you're willing to lay in the bed, you can make the bed, right?
What is going on?
I don't know what's going on at this point. I'm not following the conversation, man. What's going on?
Right, because y'all know what I'm trying to say, but y'all are just trying to
I'm
backtrack.
doubting whether
right?
you know what you want to say.
Y'all are trying to backtrack because y'all don't know what to say.
I mean, I just clarified I don't know what you're trying to say. So what makes you think I do think that I do know what you're trying to say?
Do what?
I just said I don't know what you're trying to say. So what makes you think I do know what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, okay, my point of view, abortion is wrong. And then that's why I really like this administration, because it not only this administration, but it's up to the state, right? Like they have this state now, like that'll decline. Like we're gonna do it or we're not, or we're gonna do it or we're not gonna do it.
Okay. So what policy of Trump's do you like on abortion?
Well, it don't have to be a policy.
So then
It,
why
it,
do you
it, it's.
why do you like Trump?
I mean, yeah, I can kind of crease in the what I like and what I don't like, but what I like about Trump, I mean, even now in my general area, gas prices are extremely down.
Gas prices have gone up since Trump got in.
Like the best before Biden.
Nope, gas prices have gone up since Trump got in office.
Oh, I doubt that 100% because I filled up today and it was the absolute cheapest when Biden was in office.
Yeah, Biden, it was cheaper when Biden was in
No.
office. You're right. Yeah. So
no.
again, you just made the point that I was making. So if you look at the Energy Information Administration, we can actually see it was 307 when Trump got in office, and it's 316 last time we've got the data. We actually don't currently have the data for
Negative.
right now because it is the case that the government is shut down thanks to your daddy Trump.
But yeah, that's another thing. Okay, so now we're going to a different topic. So it's not the shutdown is not the Republicans' fault. And here's the thing with
Yes,
you
it is.
people online. Here's the thing with the liberals online, like you and Dean, y'all try to divide this. Y'all really do. Fetterman, what did Fetterman say? Go ahead and pull that article up.
You tell us.
He's agreeing with the Republicans
Okay, on what? What did he say?
on this shutdown.
What about it?
That it's not falling on the Republicans. They need so many votes. Yeah, they can own.
So
they can own
say
the House.
Fetterman
They can own
does
the
say
Senate.
that, which I haven't even seen him say. Does that change anything?
Yeah.
I don't have to agree with Fetterman.
Well, you don't have to, but here's
How
the
are
thing.
we the
Y'all-
ones
y'all-
trying
y'all
to
will
divide when
disagree.
you guys are the ones
No,
making
no,
up
here's the thing.
information and
Here's the
trying to
thing.
say
Y'all
that
will
we're
disagree
trying to?
with- y'all
Hey,
will
listen,
disagree with
listen,
Trump just
listen.
because you don't like him.
listen. It's not just because we don't like him, because we have reasons to. Now, the specific government shutdown, right? This is because Republicans do not want to fund continued credits for the ACA, right, and Medicaid, right, Medicare and Medicaid, which is specifically obviously going to be what we want in the context of the bill, right? And it's not has nothing to do with undocumented immigrants. They're lying, and they're saying that we're trying to advocate for healthcare benefits for undocumented immigrants.
Okay, so now we're turning another page.
This is the same topic.
No, it's not. No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is. We're talking about the government shutdown.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Y'all are just
Why are
solely
Republicans not negotiating?
blaming
with
the
you, boss?
Republican Party, and it's not just the Republican Party.
Hey, boss.
I'm not. I mean, I can say I do what?
Why are Republicans not negotiating with Democrats?
Because the Democrats want to pocket the taxpayers'
no.
money. That's
What?
the problem.
In the first year of Biden's term, when Democrats also had a trifecta, they had the Senate, the House, and the presidency, they negotiated with Republicans, and they made concessions to Republicans. So why is the Trump administration doing something unprecedented in modern American history and not negotiating with the opposition party?
Because Chuck Schumer doesn't want to hear any of it.
No, he's trying to negotiate. They don't want to hear anything.
He is not. If you were to keep up with the news today, y'all can pull up y'all's files or
Yeah,
y'all's.
wait. Democrats have
y'all's
been trying to
fake news
negotiate.
all
They've
the
constantly
time.
talked about negotiating. Republicans are not picking up the phone. Now, I just want to say this is hilarious. You said this. You said Democrats want to pocket taxpayer money. One, that's the most insane take ever. You won't be able to find a source for that at all. But two, Trump
Chuck Schumer
literally
wants it.
is asking the DOJ for $230 million of taxpayer funds because of his emotional distress. You know what? I deal with a lot of emotional distress from MAGA. So you know what? How about I sue MAGA in general for emotional distress? I want to sue Trump for emotional distress. That would be amazing.
Oh, that's hilarious.
No, seriously, that's him taking taxpayer funds. He's suing the government for taxpayer money to personally put in his pocket.
No, okay. What is that? What is that source? CNN?
No, he said it himself, dude. What do you mean? Is that from CNN? No, it's from Trump himself.
Okay, can you tell me the source? Can I
Trump.
look that up?
Trump is the source, dude.
Okay,
So bad for Trump
okay,
supporters.
on-
They spend
on
like
what?
10 minutes
On
denying
what?
that Trump
On
did
what-
something,
what
and then he
did-
just says it.
On what did he on what did he post that on? What was his exact words that he posted that on?
The Trump administration
Parker
has filed a
fired.
lawsuit. I'm sorry. Trump has filed a lawsuit against the Department of Justice. It's a file of a lawsuit. Look up Trump lawsuit against DOJ. Oh, would you like another? Would you like a Fox News article where it says Trump's lawyers, specifically, talking with DOJ about settlement for past investigations? That's from Fox News. If you want a Republican source.
Yeah, go ahead and read it to me.
What you want me to read the article to you now, dude?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll read it to you, man.
I'm all
Let's
ears.
read it. Let's read it. President Trump on Tuesday confirmed his legal team is seeking money from his own Justice Department as compensation for past investigations into his conduct. Trump was asked about a New York Times report that his legal team is demanding $230 million in compensation.
Okay. So, can I ask you one more question? Why did we pivot from the shutdown now to a lawsuit? And that was not my pivot. That was your pivot, Parker.
I'm talking about emotional distress. He's trying to sue the government for emotional distress. You brought up Democrats trying to pocket money.
Because of the shutdown?
So yeah, you said that was because of the shutdown, which one has nothing to do with
No,
it. 'Cause
I did not say
Republicans
that.
are not
Don't put,
negotiating.
words, don't put words in my mouth.
I didn't. You said that yourself.
Okay. So the shutdown is not just because of Republicans.
It is.
It is not.
It is.
No.
It literally is. You can sit there and you can lie all you want, but it is.
Chuck Schumer wants that money in his pocket. That's why he's wanting
Nope.
to spend
They're asking to extend the
billions and
ACA
billions
tax
of dollars
credits.
overseas for a TV show that's about trans, that's about PBS.
Nope.
They want to spend that
people?
billions of dollars.
Wait, what money? Wait, what money was specifically going for? What'd you say? Repeat that.
They want to send Chuck Schumer. He wants to send billions and billions of dollars for these TV shows that pop up on my kids' TV about trans, about all this other stuff. That
Wait. Can you give me
And
one
that- and-
policy?
and that's why-
Wait.
that's
Hold
why
up.
he won't- that's why
Hold
he
up.
won't open
Can you
the-
tell me one
that's why he
policy?
won't
Wait,
open the
you said your
government.
own children, so you think in the United States. So can you tell me one policy supported by Chuck Schumer to put trans people on the TV shows of your children? One policy supported by Chuck Schumer that does that.
So what did Doge find?
No, you're trying to.
All that missing money. Where did
This
it
has
go?
nothing to do with people who are trans. You're talking about Sesame Street, which is not even billions of dollars, right? And it has nothing to do with trans kids or trans people being shown to your kids.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
we can disagree all day long, Parker.
What,
But
what are you talking?
So my point of view is, I watch you and Dean a lot, and yeah, y'all have some really good points. I don't agree with a lot of things that Donald Trump is doing. I don't agree with this EBT deal because people need help.
People
but-
also need Medicaid, right?
Right? Yes, I
So
don't
then
agree.
why are they
I-
cutting Medicaid?
Because Chuck Schumer won't get his butt into the office to make a deal.
He literally went to the Oval Office to negotiate with Trump, and Trump just used it as a photo op and then kicked him out and posted AI videos of it.
Yeah, Trump is too busy on the toilet posting videos of him shitting on Harry Sisson that is AI generated than he is actually trying to get the government to come together to put out a deal.
Okay, I mean, yeah, you can say that, but
Remember
I
that
mean,
one
it's
time
literally
Trump
true.
said that the
It was-
president is
it was
responsible
funny,
for the
though.
government
I mean,
shutdown?
you could have a little bit of a laugh. I mean, that doesn't all need
No,
to be serious.
I mean, if the government's literally shut down right now and he's not getting people together.
No, it's not. See, this is where we disagree. It's not his. It's not his fault. It's not solely on Trump.
You disagree with Trump then, because Trump himself has said that the president bears responsibility for government shutdowns.
Do you want me to play it?
No, I see. I disagree.
Well, Trump. You disagree with Trump. You disagree with Trump.
I don't have the time and day to look at these news articles minute after minute, hour after hour, because I am at work. I'm trying.
Don't take such strong opinions on
Dude,
things.
you act like people in the comment section don't go to work. Like, we're all able to critically think, and we're all able to use reason, and everyone here goes to work. Do you think we all just live off the government or something?
Out of my mouth, and you're trying to twist them. No, I never said that. I never.
Well, all the liberals in the comment section that do basic levels of research, they are able to do that with a job. Are you saying you have zero free time, dude? Come on. You're on my live right now debating me. Dude, what are you talking about, dude?
It's 10:20 in the evening.
Exactly. And can you not do research at 10:20 on the evening on other days?
Well, when I'm at work, I get home, I'm tired, I crack a beer, I sit there and watch TikTok, and then y'all just pop up. So
that's fair and that's fine. But the point I'm saying is that at least one of the days you could have done that research. You have time. I get you're tired. Everyone's tired. We understand that. Everyone else has a job too. We get that. But the point that we're making is that you can still do the research, right? You can still critically think about this. You shouldn't just believe things, right, because you feel like it and because you heard Trump say it.
Right. I mean, like I said, I don't, and y'all can count me as, oh, now he's turning his words, but I don't believe everything that Trump is doing is good. I don't believe that everything Biden did was good, but I believe some things that Biden did was great.
But why do you like Trump? Why do you like? Okay, so I understand you don't have good enough research. You don't have time to look through it. So how about you go into the bibliography in my bio and you follow my friend Substack, Matt. He's a librarian. He runs a Substack. It's totally free. He goes through and he does the research for you, and then he posts that, and you can actually read through it. He links to it. Literally, he's a librarian. You can look through it yourself. Right? You don't have to do any more of the work. He does it for you. I'm saying there are already social media platforms where you can find this information where people look through it for you, right? And it's reliable.
Okay. I mean, and that's... So my point coming on here tonight was we got to stop dividing the people. We have to. Because you can see, your title is, why do you support Trump? See, there's just like it's just ticking to one side. It's not what did Trump do.
Because one side is doing a lot worse stuff.
Wait, and also in a debate, of course we're gonna debate, right? How is it dividing for us to come together and have a conversation? I would say us having a conversation about what we disagree on is actually bringing us together to a greater extent rather than pulling us away from each other. Because it's getting us to critically think, it's getting us to use reason, logic, and evidence, which inevitably will unify us. When Donald Trump spreads misinformation, that makes the country less unified. When Donald Trump spreads hatred, that makes the country less unified. When Donald Trump undermines the basic institutions that we rely on, right, that literally does divide this country. When he undermines the rule of law, the Constitution, our democracy, all of that is undermining our unity of this country. So again, I understand it sounds like crazy from a liberal, or it sounds like just like a liberal's always trying to go after the right. But I'm actively trying to tell you the reason why we have this level of division is because of people like Trump. If we were having debates like typical Republican Party, it wouldn't be like this. It wouldn't. Okay. Like before Trump, typical Republican Democrat debates were not this divisive. Okay. And they would not be this divisive if it were not for Trump.
Agree. I 100% agree. I do, Parker. You've got a really good point. You've got an extremely good point. Okay, so let's say Kamala Harris runs next election again with J.D. Vance. Who are you voting for?
Kamala Harris over J.D. Vance.
Why?
I think J.D. Vance feeds into the same ideology as Trump that specifically divides this country. And the reason why I say that is because he's super MAGA oriented. I would not say this about every Republican. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Say the candidate was Rand Paul. I don't like Rand Paul, but he is completely and radically different than the current Republican Party. You can actually have a conversation with him and disagree with him, and we can still have unity in this country. With Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, when they deny the election results in 2020, when they undermine the integrity of our democratic processes, when they try to extend their authoritarian control over our country, that is where we can't have unity. When they're actively trying to limit our ability to be in opposition, limit our free speech, when they're actively undermining the integrity of the 2020 election results with no evidence, by the way. 2020 was not stolen. There's no evidence indicating that. And if they did steal it in 2020, they would have been able to steal it in 2024 when they were in office.
Right. And I'm going to go totally off topic, but don't
Wait,
take it
first,
as a-
real
as a
quick,
turn.
would you vote for JD Vance or Kamala Harris in that situation?
I mean, like Parker said, I've got to get into the actual like I have to know what I'm
Okay,
voting
that's fair. I just want to say you brought up that you want people to bring America
Right.
together. JD Vance just gave a speech to like U.S. troops saying they should hate Democrats, right? So like, if you care about bringing people together, JD Vance is not the guy.
No, and okay, if he did say that, in which I'll kind of do my research before I come on these lives again, and I appreciate you, Parker, and I appreciate you, Adam, for kind of just giving me some knowledge. It's not, to me, it's not. Oh, y'all probably get off when I get off. Y'all probably rub them in the face. No, it's not like that. In your comment section, it's not like that. I voted for a man that I thought was good, that I thought was really good for our country. I did. I can't say much of anything that Biden was terrible, but I disagree with some of the stuff. But I agree with some of the stuff that he did, and I do with Donald Trump the same way. But I do see it now. When Trump got elected, that it just like the Democratic and Republican Party, they absolutely separated. Like they're like, hey, we're done. Like we're not going to do this. And that's why I see the government shutdown, because they can't come to an agreement. Hell, maybe it'd be both of them. I don't know. I need to do my research, in which I'll get offline and I'll do my research. But I'm not taking this as like a defeat. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You don't have to think of it in that terms, right? We're not trying to get you to think of it as a defeat. The reason why I'm engaging in this conversation is because it's an effective way to get people to critically think, to question their own belief system, and to show them the reality of things. The reality of the things, or the reality of what's going on, is that Republicans, right, like Donald Trump, are actively trying to keep the government on shutdown to try to force the Democrats to trying to accept a deal in which cuts healthcare benefits for Americans and increase the cost of their premiums. That's what they're trying to do.
And I do have kids that do rely on Medicaid. So with this big, beautiful bill, I don't agree with, and the government shutdown, it's really going to impact us. I know that, and I don't like it. So I don't know what to do next. I mean, I can watch 5 minutes of politicians get at it. But all that's going to do for me is, well, the Republicans are going to say Democrats are bad. Democrats are going to say Republicans are bad.
Yeah, but you have to hear. But
I'm
here's the issue.
independent.
Here's the issue. All you hear is Democrats saying Republicans are bad, and all you hear is Republicans saying Democrats are bad. That's the issue that I'm kind of bringing up, is that you have to look into it further than that. It's not just both sides are saying each other are bad. What are the reasons why they say that? Like, think about it this way. You have family members, right? And the family members disagree on something. You hear one family member disagreeing with the other, and you hear the other family member disagreeing with the other. You have to critically analyze what each other's position is and what happened in order to know which side you're going to take. You're not going to just say, oh, I'm going to just inevitably, for the eternity of all things, be in the center. No, you're going to be like, I'm going to think through this, and I'm going to try to see which side makes more sense. Because in the reality of things, it could be the case. Maybe both sides are right on some things, and both sides are wrong on some things. But in order to evaluate that, you have to critically analyze it. You can't just look at it as, oh, both sides are saying they disagree with each other. You have to critically analyze it. That's why we're saying this. And I think that when you critically analyze it, you're going to realize that Donald Trump does not uphold what you're looking for. He's not fighting for this country. He's not fighting for the working class. He's fighting for rich people. He's fighting for his special interests. And he's actively harming and disunifying the country.
Right. And I don't take comments too seriously. But, okay, so and Parker, you can agree with me. Majority of your viewers there are Democratic, right? They're liberals. So what if I'm fully Republican, or even just on the edge of being Republican, and I'm reading these comments? There's a comment that said by M. Skywalker, Trump said exactly what he was going to do. Too late for voters' remorse. We told you so. Rolling eyes. What makes you think that I want to now vote for? Because I've had much worse told to me when I was in Dean's Live, and see, I'm on the mend of them. Republican. I'm Republican. I'm sliding to Democrat. But what makes you think that I like? Because the hate that I've got from Dean's video, it really made me really second guess. Do I want to join Parker's Live because he's got 6,000 people in it on TikTok? Do I really want to get that hate? Like why?
Think
Why
about
do
it this
the
way.
Democrats, why do they have so much hate?
Wait, that's not specifically a Democrat or Republican thing. That's you go in a debate space with people you disagree with. There's inevitably going to be people on there that disagree with you. And I'm not saying I agree with the people that are saying that. Like, I think that we need to have a bit more open-mindedness with people changing their minds, being regretful about their vote, and doing better. Because it is the case that inevitably it leads to people changing to a greater extent. But is someone necessarily wrong when they claim that, like, oh, this is what you voted for, and you have to acknowledge that? And, like, honestly, they don't really have, like, maybe a lot of empathy for people who are in those positions because they inevitably hurt people. I understand that perspective. But what I'm saying is that, like, maybe a better way for us to address this in conversations or when trying to engage with other people is to give them a little bit more grace and leeway so that they can realize how they up, because if you do it so directly, it's less likely someone's going to realize that.
Right, and I do agree with that. I do. But no, Parker, Adam, I thank you for your time. I'm probably going to have a lot of messages in my TikTok about.
Sure. But think about it this way: when you do the research, when you change your mind, right? Inevitably speaking, people are not going to be against you doing that. Think about it this way: I used to be a Trump supporter. When I was in high school, I used to support Donald Trump, right? And I've changed my views. You can be accepted and changing your mind. It's not that there's no one on the left that is willing to accept you. If that were true, I wouldn't be able to be on a live right now in front of over like 9,000 people, right? And to have a platform to the size that I do. Same thing with Dean. Dean used to also be. So we have been accepted. And you will be accepted. It's not to say everyone's going to be happy with you. People are going to have disagreements with you. Some people are still going to be mad with you. But not everyone within a group has to accept you in order for you to be within that group. Because not everyone on the Republican side is happy with you. There are people on the Republican side that if you didn't agree with every single position that they have, they would be really mad at you and they would respond similarly. Right? That would happen if you join a Republican live and you disagreed from a liberal perspective. That's the reality of these different types of disagreements. Now, how do we get people to come together so that they don't have those types of disagreements? Well, we stop having such hateful stuff in our politics like people from Donald Trump. People have that response because of how terrible Donald Trump is and because the effect it has on their life. You're hearing a different story and you're thinking of a different story when you're thinking about Donald Trump than they are. And that's why they're responding the way that they do. So what I'm saying is that from your side, from their side, we need to have more grace for understanding each other's perspective. We can understand. Doesn't mean we have to 100% agree. We can understand where each other are coming from, and we can try to have a conversation from that. But in order for us to be able to understand them, we have to actively listen to what they're saying. We have to try to think of it from their perspective, try to put ourselves in their perspective or in their shoes. And we have to be genuine in our response. And I think that I've done that. And I think that you are trying to do that. And I think that the more you try to do that, the more you're going to realize that I was doing that from the very start and that and you actually more that you agree with me. Right. And that really it was just a difference in the information that we had.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. So I'm going to let somebody else come in and speak, but I'm going to keep watching. I'm going to see what you do. Like I said, I've been kind of watching Dean and Parker. So I hope there's no hate. There's no hate from my end to you. Like the stuff I said in the beginning, I don't promote hate. I love each and every one. So, man, I hope you'll have a good night.
And I'm going to give you this as well. And this might be different from other people, but I don't hate you. I hate the views that Donald Trump has. I hate the views that he perpetuates. And I do hate the vote that you made. But I do not hate you as a person. And I think that we can come together and we can unify. And I believe that we have, obviously as a country can redeem ourselves and come together. But we have to work together to do that. We have to be on the same page to do that. And I really think that you're taking the first necessary steps to do that, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank y'all for the information. I really do. I really do.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
You as well. Right there. So you see how so many people will have, like, they'll come into the conversations where they think, oh, this type of conversation, this type of debate is dividing this country. It's pulling people away from each other. And then through the context of the conversations, inevitably it pulls us together. Having conversations will get people to humanize each other, will get people to understand each other to a greater extent. And for a lot of people who are conservatives, it's the first time they've ever heard a liberal do that, right? Because of the social media discourse that we have. Really important to do that. That's why I think these lives are so important. That's why I push to do these all the time. And, you know, with certain people, with the right people, obviously it can happen. Now, not everyone is going to have that response. Not everyone's going to be like that. And that's the inevitable reality with things. But there's so many people out there like him, like how I used to be, that can change their minds, that really have those original intuitions, that simply just have different information as us. They have a different story about how the world's operating right now. They have different information as us. And it's not that they have different values than us necessarily. It's that they have different information. It seems like they have different values because of how they're supporting someone so vastly different. But through conversations, you can get people to realize that they actually have the same values and agree, and that they just had different information.